Someone left a comment on my video for the review of my UTG MK96 that they wanted to see a review, or at least a tutorial, on how to operate my new 339x50 scope made by Leapers. So I'm going to do that and show you the new camo that I just finished putting on my gun. It looks pretty sweet, and I'll tell you how to do that too. So I'll do the review of the scope first. Hang in there. Alright guys, here it is. My newly customized MK96. Oops. Well, I can fix that. I just finished putting it on there, so I'm sure there are little imperfections everywhere, but got some tape in some places too. I don't know. I think it's pretty sweet. All I did was I took some camo colored cloth and I wrapped it around pretty much everything except for right here, where's the mags right here, as some of you guys I'm sure know. And all I did right there was put on some Velcro. You can see it right there, Velcro. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. I think it's on the other side too. Fortunately, I've got the camera plugged in because it's out of battery, so can't really go around there. But yeah, that's the new camo on my gun. Hope you guys like it. Give me some feedback about it, any ways I could improve it, or if you guys want to know how to do it. I was getting tired of my rifle wrap. I custom made a rifle wrap out of jute thread, but the thread just went everywhere and it got all up in the scope and sometimes in the bolt, so I just got kind of tired of that. I wanted to get camo that fit tight against the gun. I think that did the job really well. That looks really nice. But alright, I'll get on with the review of the scope, as I know some of you guys are wanting. Alright, now the scope. I've got really poor lighting in my room. Sorry I didn't do this outside like my other review. I would have preferred to, but I've got my handy dandy LED light to help show what I'm trying to do here, just in case you guys can't see it. First off, I'll start with the zoom. This is 3/9 times zoom. See the little dot right there and the number? Twist it all the way up to 9, all the way back down, and it's basically this zoom. I mean, it's optical zoom. When you're zooming in closer or farther away, you might have to adjust the focus, which is underneath my camo here. I've got the sunshade on, which is why it's so long, but you can adjust the focus by turning this. You can zero it for, well, not zero it, but you can adjust the focus for 5 yards up to infinity. So it's a pretty nice feature, and just something you might want to change if you go all the way up to 9 times zoom. The other feature of this scope that's really nice is the fact that it's 339x50, meaning that the view, the inside view, is 50 millimeters. That's just something really nice about the gun, is that you have a wider field of vision, because sometimes when you are playing you might have to hit a moving target, in which case a wider field of vision would help. If you have to lead him a lot, he'd still be inside the scope. I don't know if you guys really can tell what I'm talking about. I'm sure some of you guys do. But that's really the reason why those scopes have an advantage. Alright, I'm going to talk about the installation of the scope. It's not going to be easy for me to go through, because you can see I've got this stuff. If I take the scope off, this stuff will just shoot right across, and it'll be hard for me to get the scope back on because it's wrapped around it. But I can explain it to you pretty well. First thing you're going to get in the box with a scope, you're going to get this whole part right here, not these. Keep in mind, just this whole part, except there won't be a sunshade on the end, but you can just put that on. I recommend putting it on. And what these are called are scope rings. Now these are very, very important. You have to have these to attach them to your rails. Now what you do with these scope rings, you can see where the top portion, which is right here, is attached to the bottom portion right here. Here's the crease, and here's the screws. Now there's 4 screws on each one, so you can see there's 2 on the back side over here on each one. So basically what you do is you put the bottom portions on flat ground, perfectly flat ground, and you set the scope down in them, and then you put the top pieces on top and screw them in evenly so that they're not lopsided or anything. And if you do that, then that means these two things will be completely level because they were sitting on flat ground, so it should be easy to just lay it down on top of the rail. And then once you've laid the scope down on top of the rail, you screw it in Make sure it's nice and tight, and you're ready to go. One thing you want to make sure you do is when you put your cheek on the cheek rest and you look into the view, or if I can kind of show you this. Probably not. It's not going to be that easy. But when you want to look through your scope, there's a point between the scope and the eye. There's a certain distance that it has to be for you to see the full image of the scope. Now what I mean by that is that I'm going to go back to physics here for a second. When you've got lenses and you're looking at an image through a lens, the image is out in front of your gun, it's being manipulated by these lenses. It creates a certain point out here called the focal point. And the focal point is where the entire image is displayed. And you want to get your eye, you want to get this far enough back so that when you have your cheek normally on the cheek rest, you want to get the scope adjusted and aligned properly so that the focal point is easily achieved by just putting your cheek on the cheek rest. I don't know if that makes a lot of sense, but it's just you put your cheek on the cheek rest, you move the scope back and forth until you can see the entire image inside the scope. And I'll kind of try to explain that later when I show you the crosshairs of the scope. I guess I can go ahead and do that. Alright guys, if any of you guys are perceptive, you'll see that I'm holding my camera upside down because the base is too big and the cheek rest is in the way. So you're looking through the crosshairs right now. You can see the entire image. There's not much fuzz, black fuzz on the side. So I'm giving you a pretty good image right now. There we go. That's pretty good. And that's where the focal point is on the camera lens right now. If I move it back, see how I'm not seeing as much of the image? That's because the eye, or the camera in this case, and the lens are too far away. And they're too close now. Oh, that's pretty good. Too close again. Less image. So you want to find that equilibrium spot where you can see everything, which is great. And see if I can show you the lens illumination. Give me a second here. Oh yeah, you can see that pretty well. See all the different intensities of red. And then green. There's everything. So yeah, that's the inside of the scope. Well guys, that's going to do it for the review of the 339x50 scope. There's not really much I can review for a scope. I mean, it's great. It's water resistant, not waterproof. 50 milliliters in diameter, 339 zoom, really nice, illuminate scope. Hope you guys liked my camo. If you have any suggestions for me or any questions at all about the gun, I've taken it completely apart, I know a lot about it, just send me a message on YouTube and I'll be happy to help or make a video for you. Thanks for watching another Windsor Airsoft review. Hope to get the Echo 1 G36C this summer and post a review on that. See you guys next time.